Kanto Bites, a luxurious place where people from all over the galaxy can have a good time. For people who like aliens, it's pretty much a theme park. The first shot from above the casino tables introduces many new characters, species, and exciting storylines you can learn more about from the novellas. In this video, we'll discuss 10 aliens who first appear in the high-stakes city of Canto Bight that you should know. First off, Slow and Low. Everyone has a nosy neighbor, and Slow and Low's that neighbor for the whole casino in Canto Bight. Low isn't happy when Finn and Rose show up rudely on the city's shores. Why? Because he lives next door to a waterway and doesn't like all the noise. He's earnest about his job, which is shown when Finn and Rose Tico don't listen to him when he tells them not to park on the beach. He calls the Canto Bight Police Department because he doesn't want them to get away with it. You might wonder how Abednego, who doesn't look like much, can afford to live in such a good spot, but he's got a fun story to tell. He made a lot of money selling driftwood sculptures, a good business in a city where people have so much money they don't know what to do with it. The poor guy's eyesight started to get worse, which would have hurt his art career significantly, but not to worry. With all that money, an alien could get some excellent lenses put in by surgery. Up next, Lexo Sugar. Lexo Sugar's the main character in Hear Nothing, See Nothing, Say Nothing, the novella in Star Wars Canto Bight. Sugar's the most famous masseuse in Canto Bight. In the story, we learn a lot about his race, the Dornamethian. At first glance, they look like Kaminoans from Attack of the Clones, but with a more hunched back. But through his stories about how he got around underground in Canto Bight, we learn that Lexo's much more than that. First, he's the adopted father of a poor girl named Lula, whose family left to work in the stables. Sugar's fingers can vibrate, and he has special receptors that let him know when lactic acid builds up. Both of these are essential skills for a masseuse. The necklace he wears isn't just for looks. It translates so he can talk to aliens from all over the universe. Sugar's ability to release a pheromone into the bloodstreams of other aliens, which acts like a truth serum, is the coolest thing he can do. This helps him a lot when he deals with the sketchy business he sees daily at Zord's bathhouse. Lexo's a fascinating character. Unfortunately, he wasn't in the movie, but you can learn more about him in his novella, which we can't recommend enough. Followed by Bargwill Tomder. People in Canto Bight make more than just credits by going to the Zinbittle tables. Bargwill Tomder, the grumpy Clodagran alien who takes care of the stables and has a whip in his hand, needs to improve their lives. Tomder's a brown-skinned male Clodagran. He wears a brown hat and a vest over a red shirt. He's known for being lazy and letting the orphaned children who live in the stables, called urchins, do most of the work with the animals. His teeth are rotting, his skin is oozing, his nose hairs are infected, and he's wearing clothes that haven't been washed in years. Even Lexo Sugar, who's massaged some of the worst people in the galaxy, said that Tomder was the most disgusting creature he had ever seen. But luckily for Lexo, the oafish boss is easy to infect with mind-altering pheromones because of the infections on his face. Moving on to the Lucky Three: Thody, Dody, and Wody. There are three names for these lizard-like creatures that sound a little silly, but are perfect for them. They're three brothers, and the word suerte, which means luck in Spanish, is where their species name, Suertans, comes from. Thody's the oldest, then Dody, who likes to joke around, and then Wody, who's the youngest in the life of the party. The boys seem to be able to change the odds subconsciously. This gives them an advantage at the casino tables, though they only sometimes win big. Without giving anything away about their book, let's just say that they're three funny men who spend their days winning, losing, and winning again, all while other people in the casino try to copy their bets. If you try to find them at Canto Casino, you'll find them in the middle of a group of suspicious management and friends who steal from them. You can see the Suertan brothers in a shot above the casino. Two of them are played by Warwick Davis and his daughter Annabelle. Next, Oobla Mulbro. When Miss Oobla Mulbro shows up for the first time, it's one of the funnier parts of the Canto Casino scene. Oobla's a Zydek opera singer. Her body's covered with eggs, and she wears a self-spun chiffon drape. She may do this to attract a rich mate or hatching partner. Mulbro's got a pet she takes with her to the casino, and her large egg sacs. Looking closely, you can see Oobla let go of her dog like a helium balloon when she lets out her operatic wail. At some point, the egg sacs on her body got very big, and in 34 ABY, she went to the Canto Bight Casino on the planet Cantonica to look for a partner to hatch with. But Mulbro's activities stopped when the casino floor was filled with the casino's group of race bathers. She'd been bumping up against the casino's elite who didn't like her. Finn and Rose Tico, two members of the resistance trying to escape the police, made the horse-like creatures run in a herd. As Finn and Tico's bathers sped toward her, Mulbro raised all four of her arms and let out a smooth, harmonic scream. Finn's attention was taken away from the chaos he'd caused in the casino by what he he saw. In the end, Mulbro kept the Bather from crushing her, not to mention the band. Even though there isn't a single alien in Kanto Casino's rocking trio, we should still pay attention to them. In Star Wars, underground places like the Mos Eisley Cantina, Jabba's Palace, and Maz's Castle have given us great songs to dance to, and these guys don't let us down. They're Palandag, and we haven't seen them before, but we know their names are Jat, Duz, and Hex, and they're naturally musical. Their exolungs make it easy for them to blow the Fnonk horn, and they even talk to each other using musical sounds with different pitches. We like how their bodies look like mossy tree trunks, especially the eye sockets at the bottom of their heads that are hard to see at first. If you want to hear what these guys can do, get the soundtrack to The Last Jedi and listen to the song Canto Bight. The song's catchy, and at about 40 seconds in, you can hear some fun horns that may be Fnonk horns. Let's learn more about Tham. If you look around the gambling tables at the Kanto Casino, you might see Tham, the croupier who's the smaller. He may not look like much, but he's got what it takes where it matters. And by that, we mean he's a true friend who'll comfort you when you've lost all your money and have to shine shoes to return to your home planet. Tham's loud and sweet and has a smell that makes people feel comfortable in Canto Bight. What does that small person smell like? We have yet to determine for sure, but according to notes that Neil Scanlon gave to Pablo Hidalgo of the Lucasfilm Story Group, Tham farts a lot, but his natural gas is nice and soothing. He's also our favorite cute guy outside crate who wears a vest. In the movie, Tham was played by both a puppet and a character made by a computer. Coming up, Kedpin Shoklop. Spending time in the Kanto Casino requires a certain amount of class, sophistication, and credits, but that's not always the case. In Rules of the Game, we know Kedpin Shoklop, a wormhole alien. Kedpin's company, Vaportech, gave him a trip to Canto Bight when they named him Sales Being of the Year. He may look like a chewed piece of gum crossed with a cycloptic pig, but he's a real friend. Kedpin's a wormhole, so he must stay moist all day. To do this, he carries around vaporizers, humidifiers, and most importantly, eye wipes. He's a great character, but his scene was cut from the movie. Kedpin's novella was a lot of fun, and we can only hope to see him again in the future. Next, Baron Yasto Atzman. The Baron's only in The Last Jedi for a short time, but he's critical. On his yacht, he's drinking something that tastes like champagne with Ubiala Gil. His ship's called the Undisputed Victor, and while his fancy things may be nice, he needs to work on how he treats people who work for him. The masseuse Lexo Sugar says that he doesn't even acknowledge the less wealthy people in Canto Bight, let alone look them in the eye. Baron Yasto has a line in the movie, but says it in an alien language. Or is it? If you listen closely, you can hear him say Pablo, Rain, Kiri, which are the names of Pablo Hidalgo, Rain Roberts, and Kiri Hart. All are part of the Lucasfilm Story Group. Finally, Dobu Skay. This alien's one of our favorites from the movie, and the fun facts about how he was made to make him even better. Dobu Skay's the name of the alien you saw in the scene where BB-8 accepts coins from a clumsy casino customer and puts them in his body. Skay was a small amphibian gambler who was on the planet Cantonica in 34 ABY. He was at the Kanto Casino. When drunk, he thought the Resistance astromech droid BB-8 was a lugjack machine and started putting Canto coins into its slot. BB-8 told Skay to put in more coins until he ran off to meet his friends Finn and Rose Tico. Later, when a group of bathers ran through the casino in a panic, Skay laughed gleefully as coins fell all around him. And on that note, that's a wrap for this video. Which of these aliens was the strangest for you? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one!